Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the full moon reading for the sign of Sagittarius. That's me, I'm a Sagittarius. I've got quite a few planets in Sagittarius. And I enjoy being a Sagittarius, you know. I enjoy all parts of my chart. I'm getting used to other parts, learning more about other parts. I'm not an astrologer, I never say I am. I have quite a few astrologers in my channels list. Please check them out. They're all very, very knowledgeable and thoroughly entertaining to watch, in my opinion. But nevertheless, today we're going to be reading for you, beautiful Sagittarius. All right, we're going to get your Animal Spirit card up first from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck. Let's see what your energy is for this full moon period. All right, this reading is for the next 2 to 4 weeks. And let's see what you're working with. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on in your life today. And over this next full moon period for May 2019. Show me. Alright, your card is the Hummingbird. Again, with the Hummingbird. This card has come up a few times. And the Hawk. Wow. Alright, so air energy, right? That's the alchemical symbol for air. So you've got your eyes on the prize. The hawk definitely talks about, you know, the eyes of a hawk, right? The hawk sees everything. It's different than eagle, right? So the eagle zeroes in, whereas the hawk has an overview, right? He has that keen insight. He's looking at everything. He's looking at the whole terrain. And obviously hawks hunt and all of that as well. And, you know, employ that focus. But in general, the energy is more of an overall insight energy. Right? Very watchful. You know, it's kind of like that hawk in the sky. He's watchful. He's always up there watching everything, right? So that's what you're doing. That's some of the energy right now, Sagittarius. You're just keeping your eye on everything. Sagittarius, you generally look around at the bigger picture. You always keep your options open anyway. And then you have Hummingbird energy. Beautiful. This card keeps coming up for the full moon readings. And I think a lot of it has to do with just the general vibe of this full moon. I have said full moon in Taurus. That's not to say that the moon is actually in Taurus. I believe it's in Scorpio. But I'm saying that we're in Taurus season right now. Taurus month. And we're about to switch over into Gemini. Okay. So, Hummingbird, positive energy, spiritually resourceful, you know. There's, you know, the Hummingbird, its magic is in its ingenuity, its resourcefulness. It knows where to go to get the nectar, right? It's not wasting energy. It's full of energy, but it's not a wasted energy. There's a conservation of energy there. There's also an enlightenment there. There's a grace. There's a beauty. If you've ever seen a hummingbird fly, their wings beat incredibly fast, but it's almost as if they're not moving at all. They can stand. They can be completely still in the air, right? There's no fluttering around. They literally stand, if you can do such a thing, right? So literally stationary in the air as their wings are going, you know, however many beats per minute as they get the nectar out of the flower. So the ability to coordinate all of that, to be so still and yet to work so hard and have so much, employ so much energy is a very particular talent. Right? And it's a beautiful energy, right? So think about that. You're employing a lot of energy, but yet at the same time you're being still. It could be as well, Sagittarius, that right now things are moving slowly for you, even though you feel as though you're expanding a lot of energy, right? Maybe the returns are not coming to you as quickly as you'd like for them to. For some of the seeds you've sown, you're keeping an eye on the field, right, with this hawk energy as well. But we're going to get into it with the Deviant Moon deck. This is the deck I use for my lunar readings. And I've just been spending the morning watching some of my favorite YouTube astrologers. Fernando Pradholm, he's on my channels list. And I've been watching Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, who's also, she's a Scorpio, obviously, and an authority on Scorpios. And she's one of the few people that I go to to learn more about Scorpios, because quite frankly, not anybody, I've never really seen very many people talk about Scorpios and seem to know what the hell they're talking about apart from her. So if you want to know anything and everything you can know about Scorpios, she's the one to check out for that. Very direct. And Fernando Pradhoma as well is absolutely a wealth of information. I just love them both, so check them out if you want to get deeper into astrological signs and your, compatibility, etc., etc. All right, so today, Sagittarius, let's get a clear reading for this full moon period. Show us what you're going through. My lunar readings, I do a little bit differently. We're going to take each card in turn. We're not going to turn them all over at once. It's kind of like a story that unfolds. It's just, oh, there we go. Look at me naturally. Story that unfolds. And I like to read it like that. For some reason, it's just come to me like that. That's the, that's the inspiration I have. It just came to me like this. That's how I would read it instead of turning it all over. So at the center, Lovers. Sagittarius, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And King of Pentacles. So things may not be moving as fast as you'd like them to. But you got some good stuff ahead, Sagittarius. At the bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. So that message coming in to reaffirm, right? Reaffirm that you're on the right track, the beginning of something new. You're feeling a little bit victorious. Beautiful energy. At the center of the reading, Lovers. So it's all about love for you. It's all about getting together for you this month with your lover, right? With the one you want to be with, right? Deep love, a meant to be kind of love, a soulmate love, right? And we have, when I say soulmate, there's a lot of soulmates, okay? Some people get hung up on that word. Oh, you only have one. No, you don't only have one. I say soulmate because you're a mate, it's a mate that you may have known or been in contact with in previous lives or in previous incarnations. It's a deep, abiding love, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean it's only with one person. You can have many, 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 many soulmates. But this is the kind of love that you're interested in right now, Sagittarius, something very deep. And on top of that, your energy coming is King of Pentacles. This person is going to come in and really come in with, he's going to come in with some abundance. Maybe, I know you're very independent, Sagittarius, but a lot of people don't, necessarily understand. The Sagittarius woman also thrives on romance. She also loves, when a man is very dominant, not domineering, but dominant, right? On top of his game. He's good at what he does. He brings in money. He takes good care of her. She can take care of herself, but she loves a man who can take care of her too, right? And especially someone who brings something to the table. Certainly not a bum. So this person is somebody who's industrious, right? He knows what he's doing. He's got a profession. He's got a career. He's on top of his game. And that's the energy coming for you on this Lovers card. At the bottom, you have 6 of Swords. So you're ready to leave the turmoil behind. You're ready to move to, you see the city burning, and he's in the cloud, not the cloud, I'm sorry, the hot air balloon, right, with the 6 swords. He's turning his back, on the city that's burning behind him. So it's really like, meaning that you're turning your back on all the bullshit, the discord, the unhappy kind of relationships, the shallow relationships as well. But you're turning your back just on pettiness. This is a Swords card, so it's just on pettiness as well. You just don't have time even to communicate with people who are not at your level, who are not resonating at your level or vibrating at your level. You're looking to the shore, a better shore. You want a better level of interaction with people and with your lover. You want a better relationship. All right, Sagittarius, you're holding out for the Tower. So you've going through or about to go through a big upheaval and change. Your whole world is changing, Sag. The Tower is coming in. That's divine intervention coming in to just upset everything. right? This could be something you've been expecting. If you've been watching tarot readings recently, Sag, and I know I have, you know, and I'm a tarot reader, you know, but if you go on, you watch your horoscopes and everything, a lot of the readings have been similar, you know. They've all been saying much the same thing, that a lot of Sagittarius are going through a tarot moment right now. Things are changing. Things are vibrating up for them after some time now of discord and disharmony and just a troubles, right? Strife, obstacles. Queen of Swords. So being honest, somebody's cutting through all the bullshit. Queen of Swords, right? She's done playing. She's the one who's evolved to a point. She's matured to a point that she knows who she is. She doesn't have to pretend who she is. She's honest about who she is. She understands that, and she's expecting that from anyone who comes before her, right? Expecting their true colors, or she will cut you down. So this is like, you know, you're coming from a period like this. You're coming out of a period that's really brought that energy out in you. You've had enough, right? You've had enough, and you're embodying that, Sagittarius. You're not putting up with any more nonsense. Could be that people have been gaslighting you. It could be that some of your relationships before or interactions could be kind of that bullshit gaslighting, what people do, try to make you feel like you're the one who's crazy. You know what I mean? Or you know, play games. You know, want to play games with you. They want to go hot and cold. All of this kind of stuff. You know, they say things they don't mean. All of that. You're not in, you know, and Sagittarius generally is not in the mood for it anyway, but you're not in the mood for it. Interestingly enough, the Deviant moon cards, each of the cards generally have some form of phase of the moon on them. And most of your cards are full moon cards. If you see that here, there's the full moon. Queen of Swords, she has the light of the full moon there. The Lovers, they are under the full moon right there. So this is interesting. And here as well, Ace of Cups. A new love coming in. Somebody wants to offer you a cup of love, and this is new, right? This is new. This is something. This is a blossoming, right? And full moon, right? So it's under the light of the full moon. So as much of the moon energy as you can have, basically. As much clarity under moon energy that you can have. Moon being kind of like the darker side of life, the deeper, the more romantic, you know, that side, the nighttime. You know, the nighttime. You go out, you socialize at night. It's not nefarious, you know, necessarily nefarious or evil, but it is dark. It's darker. You know, energies are a little dim. They're darker. They can be passionate energies, but they're on the darker side of life, right? Dangerous, right? So Ace of Cups is coming through for you. Somebody new, either just met or about to meet, or something's about to blossom. And that's the Tower. This blossoming of love is the Tower, is what's on top of the Tower energy. The Tower being right here. You've got the Ace of Cups over it. So it's this Ace of Cups that's coming in that's really going to affect you. And you're going to feel like, okay, you're going to have a choice. You need to make a choice. I know you're trying to juggle right now. This is on a material level, right? Perhaps you're having some job issues, or you're right now you're trying to decide. It could be also that, you know, with this King of Pentacles person coming in helping you on a material level, it could be that right now you're dealing with a lot materially. You're trying to decide what you want to do, right? There may be some projects or some job offers that you're trying to decide between. And a lot of that is weighing on your mind. It's up on the conscious. It's at the very top of the reading. So that is very forefront in your mind, right? What are you going to do? A decision process. And you're in the midst of trying to make that decision now. But Queen of Pentacles is coming up as well. You have Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. I think you're going to find yourself. Whereas King of Pentacles, I believe, is the energy coming towards you of your mate. Queen of Pentacles, my dear, is you, Sagittarius. I feel like you're going to... You're going to find yourself vindicated. You're going to realize that you've been doing the right thing. You're going to get your accolades. You're going to get your abundance that you've worked so hard for. This decision, I know, is weighing on your mind, but you will find yourself in this place here, right, of abundance. The Queen of Pentacles has worked her way up. Right? She's not gained her abundance by inheritance or something like that. She's worked and struggled from the ground up, you know, where there was nothing, now there is abundance only through her sheer blood, sweat, and tears. And this is you, Sagittarius. You're going to find yourself in this position. I think over the next 2 to 4 weeks, you're going to get those messages coming in and things are going to definitely vibrate up. Knight of Swords. Unbelievable. We've got Queen of Swords here. And right on the other side, Knight of Swords. You guys are moving towards each other. Again, I think that this is also part of your love energy coming towards you, right? You've evolved. You're not evolved, but you're concentrating Queen of Swords energy. You're coming out of a situation that's made you, right, get into your Queen of Swords energy and be like, look, I'm not taking any more prisoners. This is, you know, I'm not taking prisoners. This is, you know, I'm not taking any bullshit at all. Either you come correct or you don't come at all. And the Knight of Swords is coming. And he's coming correct. And he's coming exactly the way you need him to come in, right? And I believe that that is the emotion. Right, so here you have King of Pentacles. This can be very much the same person. Right, people always talk about court cards being on, you know, different people. Oh, somebody else is coming in. And so now I'm confused. Do you have a 3-part? No, it can be the same person. Right, it can be the same. This can be your lover coming in. And I feel like it might just be, you know, the overarching thing is that this lover is King of Pentacles. He has his shit together. Right? Especially here you are, Queen of Pentacles. But he's also, this is in his physical, in terms of his abundance, his material plane. Right? He has money, he's successful. But he can also be exhibiting Knight of Swords energy a little bit later in the month when he's ready to come towards you. Now he's moving. And he's ready to come towards you with a conversation. Swords is definitely mental, it's conversation. So he wants to have that talk with you now. Certainly this is your match. Right? If you're exhibiting this energy, certainly that is your match coming in. And here you go. As a result of all of this, you're going to be feeling much better. You're going to be in a place, especially in terms of your abundance, right? Because that is weighing on your mind. With this 2 of Pentacles up here, the decision-making process is definitely weighing on your mind. But after coming through this phase, Sagittarius, you're going to be in a place where you're going to be comfortable, right? You'll be comfortable enough for yourself and to give to those around you and take care of those around you. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Just stick with it, Sagittarius. Let's clarify with the Thoth Deck. Just stick with it, you know. Stick with whatever you're doing right now, right? Continue to be you. Continue with your various projects, right? Until you'll know when you need to make the decision, right? You'll know the right time. Right now, try to keep as much up in the air as you can. Keep your options open. Let's get some clarity for Sagittarius on this full moon reading. May 2019. 2 cards of flip. Fool, Queen of Cups. New Queen of Cups, beautiful. All right, so you're ready. You're ready to be vulnerable. You're ready to be open. You're ready to give and receive love, Sagittarius. That's Queen of Cups. Right? She's evolved to that Queen of Cups. That's water energy of water. Right? Queen being water energy. Queen's of water energy. Cups of water energy. It's the watery aspect of water. All of the elements have each in turn elemental aspects. So there's a watery aspect to water, an earth aspect to water, a fire aspect to water, an air aspect to water. So queens, you know, the way it goes is that pages represent earth. Knights represent air, queens represent water, and kings represent fire. So when you have Queen of Cups, you have the watery aspect of Cups, which is already water. So that's a deep, deep clarity. She knows who she is. She knows her emotions. She's absolutely in touch with her emotions. She's proud of them. She wears them on her sleeve, her heart on her sleeve, but not in a naive way, in a way of strength. Her emotions are her strength. She's completely clouded. Her mind, you see her face, you can hardly see her face because she's so, she's covered. She only wears her emotions. Her emotions are her face, right? And her emotions are changing. They're ever changing. So below as above. In the water, she mirrors the waters of her deep heart and emotions, her feelings, right? The lotus blossoms are there. Those deep, deep feelings that she has, she mirrors them above. And so that is why you don't actually see one set, one face. You see the water. You see her deeper most desires. And that's who you are. You're ready to lay that bare, Sagittarius. It's really a very evolved state to be as far as your emotional level. Some people don't reach that state because they hold on to resentment and pain and fear. And they're afraid to be hurt again. So they don't ever get to that state of being that free in their emotions and being that at one because they shut them down. All right, give us a clear message, a clear clarity reading on these cards for Sagittarius. Show me. I love Queen of Cups energy. I really do. Right? I really do. I feel like being a Sagittarius myself, I do feel like Sagittarius are very misunderstood. This idea that they're, that they're so cold and love and, you can't tie them down. They want their independence and God forbid, they'll never be in love with one person because they want to be so free. That's not really true. That's not necessarily the case at all. I think Sagittarius do like being in love and do like commitment. It's just that they have such a high threshold for excitement and learning and wanting to know things and do things. They have such a high capacity for that they get bored, and it's difficult to keep their attention. If you can, if you can keep up with that fire, or if you can at least get to know your Sagittarius so you know what their deep desires are. Because some Sagittarius, their deeper desires are to be just with one person, to be in a committed relationship, and to explore that. People are all different. Nobody's just their sun sign, and nobody's just their chart either. People are all different, and so Sagittarius, you're definitely, just probably surprise to everyone else, you're definitely feeling very emotional and very vulnerable and ready to be vulnerable with the right person and to go on that journey. That's the Fool. So go on that new journey with somebody, right? All right. Let's get the clarity. 3 of Cups at the bottom. Abundance of love. The Tower moment. Lovers. Clarity. 9 of Cups. Happiness and love. 10 of Swords. Ruin is where your clarity on the Ace of Cups. Hierophant. Commitment. Ace of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords already here. Clarifying again. Lust. The Leo card keeps coming out as well. And Aeon. Aeon, Leo, and Ace of Swords has been coming out for all of the readings practically, as well as Hierophant. Absolutely beautiful. At the bottom of the deck, we have Knight of Wands coming in. So all the knights are almost here, right? It's represented. So coming in, there's motion, there's activity happening, there's messages coming in. You're going to be doing a lot of moving around. There's going to be a lot of movement this month, this full moon period. Let's start off, right? So, 3 of Cups, clarifying that 6 of Swords. You're ready to, like I said, you're ready for deeper relationships. You're ready to leave the grief and the discord behind and have better communication. And the abundance is coming in your love life as a result of that. 3 of Cups is beautiful. I call that my honeymoon period. Right? 3 of Cups can also, sometimes people like to say 3 of Cups is third-party energy. To me, in the Thoth Deck, it just really talks about an abundance of love. It's that feeling you feel when you're on your honeymoon. Just that of like total giddiness in every way. In every way. You see the cups have, they indicate wine cups. They almost look like little wine, like grapes, wine. Just the luxury of love, the sensuous side of love, That's what you want. That's what you're looking for. And as a result, this is Mercury in Cancer. So this is Mercury and Cancer. So there you go. So that's talking Mercury being associated with swords, as it is about the mind and your communication. So it's communicating love and feeling it, right? When you communicate love, you feel an abundance of it. Tower moment, what did I say? It's all about the lovers, right? So this is the lovers from the Thoth Deck. We got the lovers here from the Deviant Moon. And we got Ace of Cups at the top. So it's the love match that you're about to have, or just starting, or that you've just gotten into, that's giving you this tower moment. That's making changing everything around in your life for the better. Also, Nine of Cups, clarifying that Queen of Swords. Of course, so you cutting through the bullshit. The moment you decided to drop the mask and to be real with who you are, to be vulnerable, to be honest, which has led to this kind of evolving to Queen of Cups for you. But it started in the mental realm. It started in the mental, just being honest, right? Having that communication. The moment you made that decision, Sagittarius, probably most recently, is the moment that the Nine of Cups became a possibility for you, right? It's, you know, we have a series in our life. We have a series of like dominoes that fall almost. But I don't even want to say dominoes. I want to say triggers, right? Because dominoes, it's like you push one and everything else falls. No, that's too simplistic. We have choices that we make throughout our life. And sometimes when we choose something difficult, a course of action that's difficult, but that allows us to evolve, it triggers the possibility for other things to come into our lives. And sometimes the two can be so completely unrelated. You don't even see like how the two are related. But they are, you know, just that ability and that willingness to not, you know, put up with bullshit, be phony with yourself and with others, you know, to just be as honest as you can, no matter how difficult it is. You see the blood dripping off of the sword, you know, you're going to draw blood sometimes. It's going to be difficult. You know, some friendships may not survive some of the things you have to say, but they needed to be said, right? But it's opened the gateway for Nine of Cups to come in. Ten of Swords, talking about the old you has to die. So again, this is Ten of Swords in the Thoth Deck. It talks about ruin. But again, I feel like this is very indicative of the progression you've made here with Queen of Swords. The old you had to die, Sagittarius. That old ego you, or whoever you were before this, before starting this course of action, that person that was really suffering, you were probably going through a lot of pain, right? You were probably being hurt a lot. But, you know, you didn't realize that you were really just, you know, you were being hurt as a result of your own actions. You were fighting yourself in a way, Sagittarius. You know, when you fight yourself and you fight the reality of who you are, and you continue to act in a way that is not helpful for you, just because you're used to it. And I'm a Sagittarius. I'm talking from the heart as well. I understand these feelings. I've been there. I've been through this, right? When you, you know, you become used to a certain course of action, a certain way of behaving, even though it's detrimental to you, right? At some point, you come to a realization you just can't do it anymore. And it's at that second that you realize that, and that you start to take the harder road and be more honest, that things change. Your old you starts to die and make way for the new you, the new improved you, the evolved you. And again, opens the way for Ace of Cups to come in. Opens the way for that blossom, that blossoming love to come in. You know, you have a lot of swords here that are swords and cups that are, interestingly enough, that are being clarified by the other cards. So here you have a sword card being clarified by cups. Here you have a cup card being clarified by swords. It's a lot to do with your communication and how you see yourself and how you've seen your own ego, your own perception of yourself, Sagittarius, has been a big obstacle as to why love may not have been coming in the way you expected it, or why it's only just now coming in as a result of the shadow work that you've been doing. Hierophant too, this talks about commitment, right? So, yeah, your choice. How do you make your choice? You have to realize, what are you committed to, Sagittarius? You know, your choice and what you do with your life. I'm sorry, I'm getting a sore throat. I have to get it. sip of coffee, excuse me. Your choices in life, you know, sometimes it's hard to make a choice. You're juggling, you know, what do I do? And it's like you have to realize, what are you really committed to doing? What is your true path? And what do you feel in your heart? You know, the Hierophant represents your ideas, your morals, your belief system. Sometimes it can be an admonishment to change that belief system when it remains too rigid and it no longer applies, right? Sometimes the card reminds us to adhere to that belief system, or to go back to to our culture and to what we've learned and to what we know of ourselves and what we believe, to help guide us in times when we can't make the decisions we want to make. And I believe that's the message here. Queen of Pentacles. All right, so again, that Ace of Swords coming in. Here we go. We have Ace of Swords at the bottom, Ace of Swords here. So again, that new beginning, and also the communication. It could be a legal communication or something like that, or some kind of notification at work. It's some kind of written document or important verbal communication. It's going to give you some kind of sense. It's going to give you a sense of victory, and it's going to start you on a new path. Right? A new vision. And that's all part of you also getting into. So that is in combination with this Queen of Pentacles. So wherever these two are united, right? So your ability to feel this, to get into this Queen of Pentacles energy where you're feeling comfortable and confident. You're starting to, you see the rewards for all your hard work. That's coming on the heels of this notification or this message, right? This new vision that's coming through as a result of either meeting with somebody or receiving, like I said, a notification, mail, email, or whatever. But it's going to be something major. It's not something small, right? And I believe like it's going to, you know, get you to sit up and notice, right? And it's like I say, that victory is coming in, and along and behind it, that abundance, that increase in abundance and comfortability, you know, being comfortable. Knight of Swords coming in with Leo. So that's the Leo card, lust card. You feeling like just in your emotions, right? You feel good though. You know, Leo lust talks about, you know, your carnal emotions, your lustier side, but having total control over it. You know, enjoying it, not letting it control you, enjoying it, right? Knowing it's a part of you, but not being a puppet to it, right? So this person coming in for you, right, is really, you know, is making you feel some kind of way, Sagittarius, right? I feel like you're feeling very lusty, very carnal, and you're feeling also like you really need to be strong, right? You don't want to let out too much of your emotions, right? You're trying to be a little bit careful, I think, in this particular situation. You're trying to certainly... this card talks about also conquering feelings like envy and jealousy. You don't want to be caught out, turned out, caught out. You know, Sag, you know, your fear. One of the fears of a Sag is meeting their match in love. Someone who turns them out, you know, someone who makes them just, you know, uncontrollable. They can't stop thinking about. Sag likes to be in control of that, you know. Definitely the Sagittarius likes to know that they're in control of their emotions, and they can choose who they love, when they love them, and they're not, you know, a slave to jealousy or things like that. They like to rise above that. So this card, definitely, this person is making you have to work at it, because they're making you feel some kind of way. They're pushing all the right buttons for you, Sagittarius. And again, like I say, Aeon's been coming up for a lot of people. This is talking about, you know, the cosmic oneness, seeing yourself on the cosmic path, realizing you're on the right path. This is an affirmation, reaffirmation card, right? And it just talks about, you know, you getting into your spiritual side, your soul side, but also being very aware that you're on your karmic path and knowing it, being confident with it. You feel like you have a connection with the divine right now, Sagittarius. You're probably feeling a lot more spiritual, but just simply more connected to who you really are and what you should be doing. And again, you know, you're going to be feeling it on an abundance level. So what a beautiful reading. I don't want it to run too long. Where are we at? 34 minutes already. All right. I'm just going to pull 3 quick cards for you, Sagittarius. You know what? I'm going to pull the Romance Angel deck, actually, since this is all about love, from what I can tell. All of these cups and lovers. All right, Sagittarius. Romance Angels, please give us 3 cards for Sagittarius, just so they know what kind of energy, excuse me, to look out for, to focus on, or to stay away from this month, this full moon period, while they're calling in this lover of theirs. And this person is coming towards them. Big changes. Give me 3 cards. Show me. Show me. Codependency. Calling in your soulmate. And past life relationship. Wow. There you go. So it's all there. Codependency, I think that's the fear. You're worried. You don't want to be dependent on this person. You feel like you're really falling for them. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. You don't want to be addicted to this person. I feel like that's just more like your worry card, right? Your warning worry card. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you two together. You're calling in your soulmate. And your past life relationships. You have known each other before. Yes, of course, with lovers coming out. Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords matching. King of this, Queen of this. You've got your perfect match. You've met your match. You've met your match. Interestingly enough, this was also a reading for Scorpio, close to. And not the same reading, but I also said you've met your match. All right, folks, this is the full moon reading for Sagittarius for May 2019. I love you guys so much. If any of this resonated with you, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified about all of my uploads, not just some of my uploads. And for now, guys, I'm just going to tell you, you got an awesome month coming up, Sagittarius. Bye-bye.